Doris is into first grade, and so she's starting to learn about a basic narrative. And basic narratives have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is a book we're using that we ordered from Learning Without Tears. Great organization if you want to order some things from them. For a first grader, story can be 3 sentences. The example they give is Ellie looks for a drink. Ellie is the elephant. Ellie finds a little pool. She drinks and splashes in the water. So now what Doris is going to do is she's going to make up her own story using that model. And so her beginning sentence using the picture is going to be Ellie looks for water. Then she's going to write Ellie drinks some water. And then in the last page, she's going to make up a sentence and a picture to match. Basic narrative writing for this age, 6.5, 7. Now over here at this end of the table, we've got preschooler Genevieve, 4.5. She's working on letter formation. She knows her uppercase letters. We're working through a Learning Without Tears book that helps her review her uppercase letters and forming them correctly, starting at the top. There's a way in which you form each letter that is the most efficient so that as they get older, they will be able to write more quickly and more neatly. And so there's a method to that, and she's going to work her way through some more uppercase letters, reading them, tracing them, then writing them on her own. And then we're going to work our way up to lowercase, write some words and write her name and things like that. A couple things you want to keep in mind with writing is with the young kids, it's really all about holding the pencil correctly. Look up the 3-finger pincher grip if you're not familiar with it, and just having them form it correctly, but also not pushing too hard. You know, a big difference between a 4.5-year-old and a 6.5, almost 7-year-old is that the 4.5-year-old won't have the same stamina, will not be able to go as long. So even if they can do some of the same things, and I mentioned writing words, basic words, words that they know, words that they want to learn, their name, their sister's name, dog, cat. It doesn't really matter. It can be self-directed because what you really want them is doing is gaining familiarity with the letters, how to form them, uppercase first, and then working your way towards associating that with the sounds that the letter makes. Kids will first learn the letters and what they look like and how to form them usually before they learn all the sounds and how to actually spell words using sounds. Now with first grade, it's okay to challenge. 15 or 20 minutes of focused writing time is pretty good for a first grader. You know your kid, you know the time of day, whether they're tired, they need a snack, need water, need bathroom. All those things should be taken into account, but you can expect more from a child who's older and has more ability. Of course, this is looking good. One thing I want you to show me is remember how to put your finger down and leave a space. Right, if you put your finger down, that leaves just about the right amount of space for each letter. Can you read this back to me, what you have so far?
Ellie looks for.
Close, but I see Ellie look for. What do you think you might want to add? I told her she didn't have to erase the whole word, but then again, you know, pick your battles. She wanted to erase the whole word. Finger space. Ellie looks for. Good. Another thing that's really important to remember when you're working with young kids is phonetic spelling is developmental, which means it's typical and it's to be expected, and it's actually a good thing as children work their ways through what sounds, letters, and words have. They will not always spell things exactly dictionary perfect. This word should read some, and I see good. So Doris, this is how you would spell some if you were getting every sound. Nice job spelling water. Another thing you have to gauge is how much you want to correct. Does everything have to be perfect and spelled exactly right? Right, so I don't try to fix every single thing on the page. And that can be overwhelming and it can be discouraging for a young writer. So fix a couple things, leave a couple things the way they are. Doris did a really nice job finishing up her final sentence. Ellie is having fun. You see there again, she misspelled, but I was happy that she remembered her ing pattern. I did not go back and have her get rid of that because she hasn't really learned that rule that you drop the E when you add the ing. That's coming. So having her change it doesn't have a lot of meaning when she hasn't learned that rule yet. When I teach it, then I'll be expecting her to correct those things at that time. And I always encourage a colorful and detailed illustration. I complimented her on her effort that she put into her drawing and how it goes along with her story. The illustration should match the text, of course. I want to point out, if your child is writing more than 3 sentences, that's great. Narrative writing can be as few as 3 sentences, but it always needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end that are clear. Kids can always write more and add more detail, but you want to start simple and teach the structure. And then you can always add on to that as they're more able to write and as their ideas flow more easily. All right, you're doing great. One of the nice things about these books is they kind of go in order, and so if you do them in order, I definitely recommend these and some of the other resources you can find on their site, and there are certainly other good sites as well. But the important thing is to find something that your kids are interested in, that's acclaimed and has some certifiable rep. Stuff has been around a long time and I've used it a lot over the years. A lot of teachers swear by it. Good luck. I hope that you are patient and that you can find your child's edge and push them right to the point where they're being challenged, but they're not getting frustrated and upset. And it's better to do 5 or 10 minutes of focused writing, get a few good sentences and a few good spelling corrections, depending on the age of the child, of course, than to, struggle and fight for 30 minutes and then not a lot gets done and they never want to do it again. So good luck, everybody, and get her done.